Yo, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Apologies for the later upload. I have been incredibly busy with life lately. Last week, I managed to get an upload ready to go while I was in Sydney for a week. And once I got back home, I just kind of fell off that momentum. And we are where we are. Slightly later upload. Not really going to be quite a put together video this week. So apologies for that, but I think to get the ball going again, you got to just start. And today I'm just going to sit down, talk to you about updates in my life, about this channel, and kind of just sit and talk to you because there's a lot going on and a lot of thoughts have come in and out of my head as usual. And it's been a while since I've sat down and just done a kind of thought dump with you guys. Before I go further into this video, I want to say thank you very much for 300 subscribers on this channel. It has been quite a ride this year so far. So 6 months into this yearly challenge of trying to upload every single week. I was signed up to this platform. I forget what it's called, but it projected my growth to be at about 300 subscribers by mid-June, and it is now mid-June, and what do you know, 300 subscribers. So thank you very much for sticking along, supporting the channel, watching the videos. As I said, I need to give a special shout out to my mate Crystal for being my 300 subscriber. So shout out to you. You're awesome. Thanks, Woody. But yeah, thank you. And let's just talk about the first thing I wanted to talk about. It's going to be a bit of a weird video, off the cuff, off the script kind of vid. So hopefully you're not too brain fried from short form content and you're able to just sit and listen to me have a yarn. Anyway, first thing I would like to talk about is my typical seasonal depression around photography. So I had this conversation with my wife recently, and it happens every year around this time of year. We live in Canberra and we get some brutally cold winters in Canberra, and that's no different this year. The days are incredibly short. Sunrise is like 7 a.m. Sunset is closer to 5 p.m. now. So by the time I'm home and ready to create stuff, I need to put the kids to bed. I need to make dinner. I need to do XYZ, ready for work the next day. And by that time, there's just no time to go out and shoot photos. It's really hard to find time to take photos. And being who I am and I love photography, it's kind of hard to get back on that and find the time to do it. So of course I get in and out with motivation with it around this time of year, and it all makes sense. Really the big thing that I need to try and find is an alternative to this, a different creative outlet, or just find different things to take photographs of at home. So these are the sort of things that I'm trying to work through right now. So finding photography content for this channel might be a bit scarce. I mean, it might be a bit harder. It'll be a lot more just talking head videos and that sort of stuff. And recently I've gotten a bit bored of making that sort of thing. Don't get me wrong. There will be times where I do want to just sit down and talk to a camera like now about something photography related. But when I first started this channel, one of my favorite videos that I shot was one of the earliest videos I shot, the one about my Nikon F2. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link somewhere. But yeah, one of my favorite videos was that, and that was me going out on a location to go take photos and test out a piece of gear. Being that I'm trying to get a weekly upload on this channel, I've found myself with a different routine, testing out a piece of gear, or testing out a piece of film that I haven't done, going out and shooting it, but then forgetting to document it. So I want to go and strip it back a bit from going as a timely upload to then going more towards a quality upload, if that makes sense. And what that means for the future of the channel is that I might be doing some videos like this where I can talk about like other life stuff, experiences, stories, sort of that part of the channel that I wanted it to be, and go a little bit more for quality when I'm going for photography related content here, if that all makes sense. One of the things I've wanted to try and do is kind of expand this channel's, what do you even call it? like the meat of the channel to be more toward the life aspect of it compared to just being photography. So I think taking a step away from that is actually a good thing for this channel with this seasonal depression. Talking about all this also, I found myself putting pressure on myself to go out and create more, and that's definitely not something you need to do when you're in a creative rut. If you are in a creative rut, it is totally normal to go in and out of seasons, and sometimes you just go hard sometimes, and then other times you just take your foot off the accelerator and see where things go. And it's, I think, important for that expansion in life, and you can try different things. I've always wanted to try and get into a bit of graphic design, and maybe this is time when I do that. So thought I'd update you on that. Honestly, I think I touched on all the updates that I wanted to give on this channel just through that little rant. But yeah, and now there's a helicopter flying overhead. But yeah, I should probably address where I am. I'm in Sydney right now for an 80th birthday. So I'm just sitting in the garage of the rental place that we're at. My daughter is currently sleeping in the car, and I need to be within earshot. So this is the setup. You're on my phone. I'm using a mic. So this is pretty cool. Yeah, I want to be able to just sit and record and do this sort of thing more, rather than have to have a setup every single time. So this is probably also another good way to start doing that, and branch out to just talking about stories and go more into the vlogging kind of part of this channel. Anyway, I think that's all I wanted to wrap up in my head for now. That's a little channel update. Thank you again for 300 subscribers. This has been awesome. Let's keep it going. Get me back on the bandwagon. Get that momentum back into me, into this channel. And I'll see you into the next video. I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, see you there. Peace.